Hi everyone, my name is Gracie and I am a Clean Air Ambassador for the San Luis Obispo County Air Pollution Control District. And it is my job to teach you all about how to keep our air clean. So are you ready to learn some new information? Today I'll be talking about criteria pollutants. Sounds like a complicated subject, but I'll be breaking it down for you. So grab a pen, grab some paper, and let's learn about the different pollutants in our air. So based on the National Ambient Air Quality Standards from the EPA, there are 6 common air pollutants, and exposure to these substances can cause health effects, environmental effects, and property damage. The 6 criteria pollutants are sulfur dioxide, particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, lead, and carbon monoxide. Want to learn some good news though? The good news is that with the exception of nitrogen oxides, releases of all the criteria air pollutants have been in decline since 1970 when the Clean Air Act was passed. However, air quality problems have not been eliminated, so that is why air pollution control districts are crucial to ensure local air pollution is being reduced and our good air quality is being protected. The presence of these pollutants in ambient air, ambient meaning just the air around us, is due to numerous, diverse, and widespread sources of emissions. A brief overview of each pollutant will help us to understand how each criteria pollutant affects us. So the first one is carbon monoxide. It is a colorless, odorless, and poisonous gas. You might have seen your carbon monoxide alarm in your own house. It is emitted from vehicle exhaust, fuel combustion in industrial processes, and wildfires. It is formed when carbon in fuels does not completely burn. The second pollutant is lead. Lead is a metal found naturally in the environment and in manufactured products. Historically, the major sources of lead emissions were from motor vehicles, such as cars and trucks and different industrial processes. But due to the phase out of leaded gasoline, airborne lead is no longer a problem in most of the United States. The next pollutant is ozone. It's a gas that forms in the atmosphere when 3 atoms of oxygen are combined. It is through a reaction of pollutants emitted by industrial facilities, electric utilities, and motor vehicles that ozone is formed. Ozone formation can also be emitted by natural sources. That's right. Even trees and other plants can produce ozone. The next pollutant is nitrogen dioxide. It's a brownish, highly reactive gas found in all urban atmospheres. Emissions of this criteria pollutant are from motor vehicles, electric utility, and industrial boilers. Nitrogen oxides contribute to the formation of ozone and acid rain. This criteria pollutant is the only one that has not decreased since 1970. And that is due to the fact that there are just more cars on the road, and there's been an increase in industry with an increase in population. So that's why it's so important to walk, ride your bike, or take public transportation whenever possible. The next criteria pollutant is particulate matter. This one's a little tricky. It's the small particles found in the air, including dust, soot, dirt, smoke, and liquid droplets. Particles are from a variety of man-made sources, both stationary and mobile, as well as natural sources such as forest fires. The EPA distinguishes between categories of particles based on size and has established standards for coarse and fine particles. So coarse particles, or PM10, in general terms, is an abbreviation for particles with an aerodynamic diameter less than or equal to 10 micrometers. Fine particles, or PM2.5, are particles with an aerodynamic diameter less than or equal to 2.5 micrometers. So micrometers is probably a unit that you haven't heard of. 1 human hair equals 70 micrometers. So 10 or 2.5 is much smaller than a human hair, which means that they can get past your nose hairs, which usually act as a filter for your air, and they can get into your lungs. So that's why it's really important to keep track of the particulate matter in our air. Coarse particles, or PM10, are emitted largely as a result of mechanical processes and uncontrolled burning. Important sources include resuspended dust, or just dirt that's been brought back up into the air, industrial processes, construction, demolition, residential burning, and wildfires. Fine particles, or PM2.5, are formed chiefly by combustion processes, power plants, gas and diesel engines, wood combustion, and many other industrial processes, and by atmospheric reactions of gaseous pollutants. The last criteria pollutant is sulfur dioxide. It's a colorless reactive gas produced during burning of sulfur-containing fuels such as coal, oil, metal smelting, and other industrial processes. It is emitted from coal and oil combustion, steel mills, refineries, pulp and paper mills, and the highest concentrations are found near large industries such as power plants and industrial boilers. So overall, the presence of these criteria pollutants in all of our air is due to numerous diverse and widespread sources, but the national ambient air quality standards are set to protect us and our public health. Each assessment of each criteria pollutant serves as the basis for regulatory decisions that make our laws for the allowable concentrations of pollutants in our air. So thank you for joining us. I hope you learned something new today. And if you want to find out more about the SLO County Air Pollution Control District's Clean Air Ambassador Program, you can see all of our great classroom resources we have online at slocleanair.org. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at SLO Clean Air. Thanks. Have a good day.